412 movie reviews. We made it. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Take the next chance. And the next.
Rogue One is finally here, and this is the one review that you need to watch about this movie. Come on.
Honestly, with the good, I have to start with the tone. The tone on this movie was exactly where I wanted it to be. I mean, when I went to see this movie, I didn't know what we were going to get. I didn't know if it was going to be like more towards the Force Awakens, the older movies, or the prequels. This was more like the older movies when it comes to tone setter. Like, it was more serious, and all the characters, like, the blend was perfect. I love the story arc. I mean, honestly, the storyline, screenplay was perfect on this one, and the characters have everything to do with that. I mean, I loved all of them. I mean, there was not one character I did not like in the movie, and it was just, I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, this movie set up some really good things for episode 4. Of course, this takes place right before episode 4 and after episode 3. So, I mean, everything is kind of like what you know, but things are a little bit different. The characters were a big takeaway, but for me, the big ones were Donnie Yen and a robot. I mean, of course, these robots are big characters.
Perfect.
And Donnie Yen just being a blind guy, just taking care of business and talking about the Force and just being a character that you really like. This movie, the tone of it was interesting because it was more warlike. It was down in the trenches, dirty stormtroopers got mud on them, and it was blasting all this type of stuff. And it was just crazy. It was a different tone, something that we don't usually see in the Star Wars movies. So that was interesting and a nice, breath of fresh air. Not only that, they did some interesting things because this wasn't a predominantly Jedi movie. You saw them do different techniques, like they used something called a hammerhead to just do some crazy things. You'll see the movie. And they just did different things. You don't see that stuff happen a lot.
Now, what we gotta say, spoiler free, but the last scene.
That last scene was intense. Listen, if there's any reason to see the movie besides seeing it because it's a Star Wars movie, that doesn't make sense. You're gonna see the movie anyway. But the last scene is just crazy.
It shows you why this character is just so like bad. I'm sorry, no spoilers.
Keep it.
Watch it. See it now. Now let's get to the bad. Alright, starting off the bad, I mean, I loved all the characters in the movie. They were all great, they all executed their roles and everything. The only person I had a little bit of an issue with was your boy Forrest Whitaker. I mean, it's the portion of the movie he's in, it doesn't really affect how I view the whole movie and all the characters. I still think they were all great, but there just wasn't something there, like something wasn't right with him.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker is a fantastic actor. He does what he does, and it's great to see him. And the character he played was a character that's been around already, so you guys may be familiar with him. But ultimately, I felt like he was just, kind of, I don't know, overacting a little bit, and it kind of took me out of the movie. When he first showed up, I kind of laughed. I'm not gonna lie. When he showed up in his first line out, and I started laughing. So that was a bit of a drawback. Not only that, this whole story, everything that's going on, we all kind of know that it takes place before episode 4, and kind of what the overall premise is. So when other story things kind of happened, I didn't care too much. I kind of wanted to see the main story. When I was watching it, I kind of like blinked and was like, okay, can we get to the final act? And that's just me personally. Not only that, I felt like this was a tough movie to do because it's a movie without Jedis, but it was very, story driven with people shooting and all the blasters, all the type of stuff, and that was great. But I kind of wanted to see a movie done maybe in the future where there is more of this and also more Jedis, where it's a good blend of this movie and a real Star Wars Jedi movie, you know what I mean? And I feel like that was a bit of a takeaway because it was great, but I also missed Jedi a lot. I was like, I want to see some Jedi.
Yeah, but you got to remember though, with the Jedis were typically dead at that point.
Of course, yeah.
Obi-Wan was like the last one, then you get Luke Skywalker.
I want to see a movie in the future.
You want to see later on, like pretty much Force Awakens, episode 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Hey, you know.
A pretty blaster with some Jedi doing some thug stuff. Let's make it happen.
Take them out.
Overall, guys, Rogue One was a great addition to the Star Wars franchise, taking place before episode 4. It had some slow startup moments, some interesting characters, and also some takeaways that kind of took me out of the movie. But I think I'm gonna have to give it a 3.5. It was a good movie for them to do some crazy mission. Not sure if you're gonna make it. Almost like Suicide Squad type thing. I think they did a really good job. Tone was great, but it wasn't phenomenal. So
honestly, I think it was phenomenal. I loved it. I mean, from beginning to end, I loved every minute of it. I mean, yeah, there's some slow points to it, but honestly, the Easter eggs is what got me. I love Easter eggs, and they had some good Easter eggs in this movie. I mean, it was the perfect setup for The New Hope. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 just because there's almost nothing I didn't like about it. Almost nothing. So if you ain't see it, go see it tonight.
go check it.
Tonight.
Check it.
Tonight.
There it is, guys. Our review for Rogue One. Did you see the movie? Of course you saw the movie. What kind of question is that? Comment down in that little section below. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you thought of the movie. Tell us what you thought of the review. And as always, do what's right and hit like. And we'll see you next time.
You better hit like.
Oh yeah, you better hit like.
And you subscribe.
Don't make me go get Beta back up in here.
Or something might happen to you.
Peace.